Well, you've got a series on your hands again at 3-2, but you are still in the driver's seat, so what's the approach and the message tonight?
Well, the approach doesn't change from the way we've been all playoffs. It's just, it's a game today, and our job is to focus on trying to get a win. Same as Rockford's probably trying to do the same thing, and it's been a real tight series so far. If you look at all the games, 3 overtime games, and every other game's been pretty close. So at the end of the day, it's 2 good teams going at it, trying to represent the Western Conference going to the finals. So we've got a game tonight here, and if possibly need Game 7, we'll have it here tomorrow night.
Have you noticed anything different out of your team or out of their team in Game 4 and in Game 5 that sort of turned things around and kept their season alive?
Well, the goaltending has been probably a big change for them. I think Jeff's done a good job coming in there, giving their team some confidence, and Delia probably didn't have the series he wanted to have, but their team's a good team. They got a depth up front, they got a good back end, and now that Jeff's playing well for them, it just even makes our job even harder. So we've got to focus on what we do best here. We're going to have a couple lineup changes here tonight. We'll know more here as we get closer to game time, but it's just status quo. Go about your business. It's you get a chance to play hockey into June. Anytime you're doing that, that's a good thing.
Can you elaborate on those lineup changes or trade secrets at this point in the postseason?
No, I'm not going to tell you what's going on here. We'll figure that out later.
Offensively, only 1 goal last game. Ropehin scores it. You're back home, you get the last change, but any adjustments offensively to try and get some pucks in the net?
Yeah, we'll have a few adjustments. It's been a real tight series. Rockford defends well. We had a real good push last game in the second, third period. We ended up putting like 40 shots up on the board against them, but Glass made some big saves, especially at the end. We had 2 chances at the 3:30 mark and a 3-minute mark to get it to 3-2 and still give us enough time to tie it up. But the overall game, we haven't had the starts we've wanted in games 4 and 5. I give Rockford a lot of credit. Their backs were against the wall and they pushed hard. And if you look at game 4, we had a chance to end in overtime with down Dickinson's stick, and then we got a penalty call. They scored, so give them credit. We did the same thing in one of the games here. But for us, it's another game tonight, and it's there's a little bit more pressure on us here trying to close it, and obviously Rockford, they're facing elimination, and for them, the last 2 games they've played pretty worry-free and just probably play the games they want to play. So I think it's going to make for a great contest tonight.
You mentioned their starts, especially the last 2 games, and anytime you can score the first goal, it usually bodes well for a team. But does that first goal tonight carry a little more weight given how deep this series is now?
Well, I think 2 things. Special teams are going to play a huge part tonight. Your goaltenders are going to play a huge part, and I think scoring the first goal, especially in our building, for us will generate some energy for our group. But our group's in a good spot. We've been resilient all year, and right now, if you've told me we'd be up 3-2 coming back for Game 6 or 7 in our building, I would have said let's take it, because Rockford's a hell of a team. They've had a great finish to the season. They've got a lot of good players sent down from Chicago. They're strong, and when you get this far in the postseason, I think the slightest little mistake could be the difference in the series. And at the end of the day, we just got to go and focus on the way we need to play.
As an outsider, it can be easy to get greedy when you go 3-0 in a series and you want to see it end quickly. But yeah, at the end of the day, you've protected home ice and you got one on the road. That's pretty much 2 things that any team would like to do in a playoff series, right?
Well, you can spin it any way you want, but at the end of the day, it's playoff hockey, and these are the moments that you want to embrace. These are the situations where you grow as a young player. These are the situations that you want your development team to be in to help grow these players. And at the end of the day, these are the moments where, as a team, you look back at the rest of your life saying, "Boy, what a great group of guys we had." So you can sell it a lot of ways you want, but at the end of the day, you have to play the game. And I like our group. I'm sure Jeremy loves his group over there. But to get to where you want to go in the playoffs, you have to beat good teams. We beat Ontario, which is a very good team. Then we beat, obviously Tucson was a very good team, and now you've got 2 more good teams going at it here in the conference finals.